Hey everyone, this is X-Wing RLJ. Continue my Subnautica walkthrough on the PS5. Today I'm going to take you to a location where you can find some rubies and gel sacks, which are needed for our next set of upgrades. And it's pretty easy to get to. We've actually been there before. I believe it was Life Pod 19. Just come out to our static starting point right above the life pod below, and you're going to go about 2.5 to 3 clicks south, right of south, and just head on that way. There's going to be a hole in the ground and some wreckage there, so it's pretty easy to see. It's not difficult to find, and it's pretty safe. There's you got some of the little tiny carnivorous fish that might bite you here or there, but nothing serious to worry about on this particular one. There's a wreckage we found when we went to the that other life pod. And you just drop down in the hole here, and there are rubies all over the walls. So you can just get out and pick your rubies up. Gel sacks are typically on horizontal surfaces, not the vertical ones. We'll see a few of those in a bit. There is a I'm not sure what it's called, tiger or something or other, that you got to worry about here and there. There's one right there below us. It the plant that shoots the little spines at you. They're just stationary. You can see it right there. It's a little orangish looking thing behind the purple one. But yeah, just explore the area. Take your time. Like I said, there's no danger. I'm editing some of it out. This is another item you can look for. Uranite. You probably won't need it unless you're going to build a nuclear reactor. I may be mistaken right now. There may be something that uses it, but I can't recall actually using it. I collected a bunch of it, but I didn't use hardly any of it. So once you're done exploring that cave and picking up all the rubies and gel sacks that you want, you just head on back. Now typically I park the Seamoth in the base and let the base recharge it rather than draining my power cells in the Cyclops. So now that we got the rubies and the gel sacks, we'll be able to make a few more upgrades, like the Seamoth, the Mark III depth module for the Seamoth, which will allow us to take the Seamoth down to 900 meters. Additionally, it will allow us to make the Cyclops depth module Mark I, which will allow us to take the Cyclops down to 900 meters. Basically what we're trying to do, we're upgrading the Seamoth, but we're doing so in order to get the Cyclops and the prawn ready. But what we're trying to do is get the Cyclops and the prawn ready to take the dive down. We will be heading down at least 1,700 meters in total. And we'll be making a few stops along the way. At this point here, by the end of this video, probably got less than 4 or 5. I could probably not. If I just sat and played without recording and explaining everything, I could probably be down there and on my way down there in less than a couple hours. But I want to show you guys everything that I can. So it's going to take me a little longer than that. So we get these components made in order to make those depth modules and upgrade the Seamoth depth module. And there's the module for the Seamoth. Now you have to make sure you take the Mark II module out of the Seamoth in order to do that, because it upgrades the module you already have. And then you'll just put it back in after you upgrade it. Now the gel sack and rubies combine to make another item. There's your Cyclops depth module. And we don't have what we need to upgrade that yet. We need nickel ore, as you'll see here. I know where to get it, we just haven't gone down there yet. And now that we got the Seamoth depth module fully upgraded, we are now capable of doing so. There's a couple of things I want to show you before we actually head down there though. See, the problem with the Seamoth is that at 900 meters, you're just not quite close enough, or you can't go quite deep enough to get to the end of it. There's another 800 meters depth-wise to go. You know, horizontal-wise it's easy, you know, but the depth-wise is a real pain. And we're going to have to stop at least twice and put up a temporary base. Or you can build two separate bases if you want to take the extra materials for that. I just build one base in the first area. Then when I'm done with it, I deconstruct it all, take all the materials with me to the second area, and build the base at the second area. Now we need to make the prawn upgrades, and you can't do that on the Cyclops. You can only do that on the base because it's part of that vehicle module there. So let's go ahead and repair this ship. And the first prawn suit depth module Mark I requires nickel ore, so we can't make that one yet. But we do want to make the drill arm. So that takes 4 diamonds, some lithium, and 1 lithium and 5 titanium. So I'll have to go back to the Cyclops to pick that up. Easier to unload the Seamoth cargo area from Cyclops too, so going back and forth. Now earlier I said you can combine the gel sacks and the rubies. This is what you get here, the aero gel, which is necessary for several items that we still need to make from upgrade modules for vehicles to thermal power plant. Yeah, right there, aerogel. So we'll grab the materials and I'll go ahead and put those in the locker up there. That way I don't accidentally use them on something else and then not have what I need when it comes time to actually build the base down there. Now what I might do as well is when I head down there in the Seamoth before we take Cyclops, if I can hold up enough of the materials, I might start the base and get it built. At least get the moon pool and the power set up. I have to check my inventory space and see if we'll carry it all, but I'll do that in another video. One thing that you should make sure you take note of is that the water pressure down there where I was just talking about building the bases is much higher, and it will start to take damage and flood before you can get all the reinforcements put in. So what you want to do is build your moon pool, go in and put some reinforcements even though it's flooding. Once you get the reinforcements put in, then make the repairs and it'll pump the water back out. And then you can set up your power depending on which source you use. I'll be using the thermal reactor, thermal power plant, because there's hot water down there. Doesn't rely on the sun, it's continuous. It's the best source in my opinion for power down in the depths. So I'll get the I'll get the moon pool done. I get the power set up to it, and then I need to build the vehicle upgrade bay. I know this video's got a lot of kind of boring housekeeping style building stuff, but their inventory usage and whatnot. I typically edit that stuff out, but because I'm building new stuff for the first time and I wanted you to see it, I didn't want to skip that for this. So feel free to fast forward. Skip ahead a few, 10, 20 seconds if, but know that you might miss something. Like this here, I'm building the Cyclops upgrade for the first time. Now you see that little glitch of the little bubbles in the middle of the screen there? I accidentally turned my knife into a thermal knife, which increases the damage output for it. However, it's got this glitch where whether you have it out or not, or equipped or not, as long as it's in your inventory, it's doing the video graphic for it, which I don't know, it's just kind of foolish, but that's the way they did it, and it annoys me. So I will be putting it in a locker and making me a new knife. Although that'll be edited out though. So anyhow, what I was just checking there is I just put in the new sonar upgrade. However, and I didn't know this before I built it this time, I've forgotten, the range on it is really small. Now if you're trying to drive your sub from the cockpit without using the cameras, it'll be helpful because it puts it puts the landscape in that sonar area, but it's got to be really close. So it's helpful to help you avoid bumping walls as you drop into canyons and holes in the ground and go through the caves. But aside from that, it's pretty much useless, just because the range is so short. I mean, we're talking 5-10 meters max. So as you saw there, this little rock arch right in front of the sub doesn't even show up on the sonar there. So it's got to be closer than that in order for it to show. So we're coming up on the end here. I'm going to build a power cell charger, and I will also be loading the components for that into that locker as well, because I'll need to charge power cells once we get down deeper. So that's it for this video, and I will catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching.